Hello and welcome. There comes a time in every content creator's YouTube career where they must attempt the absolute E-peen flexing challenge of going last to first. Now, I don't think anyone would ever accuse me of having an actual YouTube career, and I think we all know my E-peen is best measured in kilobytes and not megabytes, but I thought to myself, let's give the viewers what nobody had ever asked for. So I selected a daily race around Suzuka in a GR2 car, did around an hour of practice and loaded into the race without posting a single lap to make sure I started last. And of course, as my luck tends to go, I didn't start last, but hey, 16th will be close enough. Now, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe for more sim racing content and please leave a like if you enjoy the video. So of course, we're not starting on the front straight. You don't want that if you want to win at Suzuka. Ideally, you start before the final chicane, which is exactly what I've been granted the opportunity to do. Tuck in behind the brightest car on the face of the planet. Not even sure if that's a car or in fact a small slice of the sun. But anyway, he does give me a nice little suck job there. So I tuck out, start to think about going under the brakes up the inside. But of course, he has the same idea. I roll out of it, he overcooks it, and I end up giving him a shove, punting him off the track. 14th, hey, he looked after himself anyway, don't worry about that guy. 13th also ran wide, so I'm just going to sneaky up the inside there and try and hold that position. He nearly runs into me as we go into that, but he gets out of it. Probably spun off and crashed and burnt, who knows. But obviously, Gran Turismo rewards people for their shonky driving and punting people on the first corner, so I get an SR up arrow. Currently in 13th position, but you don't worry about that. There's another spot and another spot gain, and already I'm in the top 11, pursuing the top 10. We are not even halfway around the lap here. Let's see if I can close up. Yes, that's all right. Now, the big thing is going deep under brakes into the hairpin. I wonder if I can make up some ground here late on the brakes. Think about a little move, but it's probably not wise. That's fine. He runs wide anyway. Gets a shocking drive out of that corner, so I'm just going to casually drive on past on the outside there. A little bit of a gap back to 9th position could be concerning early in the race, so I've got plenty of time to recover. It is going to be a 13-lap race. Now, this is a corner that does catch a lot of people out, and as you can see, 8th has been caught out, run wide, yeets into 9th, who goes invisible, does a spin, we'll drive through him, don't worry about that guy. And we should have a nice little run on 8th, given that we got a much better launch out of the turn. Coming into 130R for the first time, I've got that suck job. Wondering if I can dive up the inside into the final chicane. I look left, weave back to the right, late on the brakes, and I managed to pull it up just about without running off on the other side. So, fairly productive first lap. I have gone up 8 positions, and I am now into 8th spot. We'll flick forward into, obviously, the purple sector, which you all saw coming, because it's lap 2. We all get purple sectors. It's like that moral encouragement that we need. The game just sort of says, hey, you're here, you've made lap 2, you can get a purple sector every single sector. I am now on the case of Big Steve, though, who has got himself into 7th position. Great spot there, happy with that. Second purple sector, just to make myself feel a little bit better. He goes for a very defensive line up the inside, so I think about a switchback, and sure enough, get the better drive out of that corner. Traction control is turned off, of course. Not sure what Big Steve is running, but being Big Steve, I'm sure he's got his traction control turned all the way to absolute awesome. Pursuing 6th spot, lap 2, and in fact 5th has just absolutely fallen off the face of the planet, going spinning off. So bang, there's 6th. Look at that. That's the whole thing with this challenge, is you don't want to overtake everyone, and yet you want to get to the front. How do you do that? No dramas. Let them fall off the track around you. So as we come into 130R for the second time, still on that fantastic purple sector, we'll just let him run wide, get it all wrong. I think about the dive up the inside. It might be asking a bit too much. Slight bit of contact. Yep, okay. That could be me. I'm just going to let him have the spot, pull him behind him. Got the benefit, of course, of having a much better run through that chicane. And, you know, I could just give him the position, and that's what the nice guy thing would do. I kind of did stick my nose where it didn't belong, run up the inside, but it doesn't matter anyway, as I have to roll out. I can't fly around, but we'll yeet him off, because as we've seen, Gran Turismo does reward that. Unfortunately, he managed to catch it. Of course, he got a penalty for running into the front of my car, which I thought was very fair, to be honest. I thought Gran Turismo dealt that penalty fantastically. So you hate to see it, 4th position, but that's you gone. There's 3rd. Don't know what he's doing. Drive through him. Again, already established that that's the right way to go. Thought I'd try the grass out for a little bit, just to make a little bit more room for Johnny on the outside there, but no, he's done a bit of thing, and we have a bit of contact. Don't worry about that. Bang, we're into fourth, boys. Let's get around it. Third position's got a penalty, so of course he's going to have to deal with that. In the meantime, I'm just going to outbrake him. In fact, he looks like he's kind of backing the car in a bit. Maybe on the handbrake, just stepping that rear end out. That's the quick way through Suzuka, of course. Jam the handbrake. No defensive line this time. Learnt from his previous mistakes and those of others that if you go too defensive around the hairpin, of course, you don't get a decent run on the exit. So I've managed to do that, but so has he. So the battle continues at this stage, looking like fourth position may well be the best spot I can gain on this lap. But of course, as I mentioned before, he does have a slow down penalty. It is upcoming, so I don't even have to overtake the guy. He kind of, I don't know if he sort of fainted there towards overtaking me. It doesn't matter. He's Gonski. Don't worry about him. He's off the face of the planet. Third position. Now, we do have a bit of a gap to bridge up to first and second. So I'm really going to have to knuckle down and try and put in some fast laps if I want to complete this challenge and prove to absolutely no one that my E-Pen is exactly the same size. But nonetheless, it's the challenge. Let's get focused. I want to try and set the fastest lap if I can, and obviously need to take some pretty big chunks of time out of those top two cars. So fast forward a little bit. Disappointingly, I didn't get the fastest lap of the race. Pretty gutted, to be honest, and I'm now still 4.4 seconds. But wait, what's this? There's another invisible man. Bang. Second position. I love it. This is what I'm saying about the challenge. You don't want to overtake people. You want to get as far as you can without overtaking anyone. We're on another purple sector. Let's see if I can get the fastest lap this time. Quick fast forward. Can I get the fast? No, I didn't do it again. But this time, I'm going to stay on board for the whole lap because keep an eye on where I am. I'm currently just over 4 seconds behind first position, and it is around about that time that we have to pit. My tyres are still in fairly good condition. I'm not sure how his are going. Keep an eye on that, down to 3.7, and I'm going to stay on board this whole lap, as I say, which is fairly difficult because now I have to think about something to discuss during this whole lap as you watch. So instead of that, I've set myself another challenge. I'm just to unwrap and eat this Ferrero Rocher before the end of the lap. So here we go. I'm going to try and get into this Ferrero Rocher. Alright, so I'm back on the purple sector. Down to 2.7 at this point. I'm really chewing this Ferrero Rocher. I can barely even say it. 2.1. Nearly gone. As we come. No, don't even worry about it. Oh, nutty goodness. We're down to 1.7 seconds. I don't know what old mate's up to. I don't know if he just had a bad lap. But either way, I've successfully completed yet another challenge of unwrapping and eating a Ferrero Rocher in the time it takes for me to get around a single lap of the Suzuka circuit. Look, I got a little bit of nuts in my mouth, but that's fine. Who doesn't love a few nuts in their mouth from time to time? So we charge on down to 1.2 seconds now. And I'm starting to think, you know what, I'm actually going to probably do a pit stop. I might do what he does and dive into the pits. We're about that. We're on lap 6 of 13, so I'd say that this lap or next lap is going to be optimal to pit. Here we go. So I go in super hot to try and make up as much time as I can. Maybe go a little bit too hot. Get around that first corner. Do I pit? Do I not pit? Oh, he's ducked wide. What am I going to do? Oh, what am I doing? I duck over the grass, over the gravel. I don't even know what bit of track I'm on at this point. Nonetheless, we've made it into the pit stop. So, yeah, there we go. That was a pretty strange end to the lap, but I've caught him. We now have half a race to go to see if I can get past him. I take on as much fuel as required to finish the race, drop it right on the diamond, and there it is. I'm in first. Simple as that. 1.2 seconds in the lead. So clearly, I don't know if he was burning too much fuel. I don't know if he forgot how to push buttons. Maybe his steering wheel disconnected while he was... I don't know. Maybe he had to go for an emergency poo. Although it was a very quick poo because he's back already. I'm only 1.4 seconds now. So might be time to fast forward again. So we'll jump straight through to the start of the final lap. And to be honest, things haven't really improved for my competitors. I am now 25.1 seconds up the road. So I could probably afford to stop and do a donut and keep going if I'm being brutally honest here. So what do I get? Does that make me a real YouTuber now? Does this mean that I'm internet famous now all of a sudden? I've done it. I've completed the last to first challenge. I mean, the last-ish to first challenge. And in fact, I completed the second challenge. How many other of these videos have you seen where someone also had to complete a challenge of unwrapping and eating a Ferrero Rocher during the lap? I mean, probably not that many people. But look, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed, and of course, as I said earlier in the video, I'm going to say it again. Hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. You're a pack of legends. Keep in touch with yourself, and we'll speak soon. Bye for now.